Hello and welcome to the Long Island weather update. Very, very windy day. Luckily, we escaped being damaged too bad by the winds, but areas around us were hit pretty hard. Started off with clouds and then some more sun toward the afternoon, but the wind was an issue throughout the day, gusting to and over 50 miles an hour today. We're going to go over those wind gusts in a moment, but there was a lot of damage in New Jersey due to the high winds. JCP&L actually. You could see some of the pictures they put up there on their page. You could see wires down. Um, yeah, you could see poles kind of falling over from the wind. You know, you had the ground that's very wet. Um, it was a nice blue sky. You could see these pictures, but the wind was really whipping here. And you can see again, look at those wires that are down. That pole is snapped in half right there. They actually had 116,000 people in JCP&L that lost power today. That's a lot of people due to the high winds, mostly in northern Jersey, but there was some in southern Jersey as well. I did go out and brave the winds, like as you saw there at the beginning of the video. I braved the winds for a little bit at Pine Lawn. I really wish I could have. The sky was nice and clear by the afternoon, but the wind was just so bad. So we're just out there enjoying some pines, but the wind was really just whipping and really just incredible amounts of wind out there today. Very, very, very windy. Almost could have used the high wind warnings. Let's go to these wind reports that we have from the National Weather Service right now and go over them. And you can see they had gusts at New Haven County, 54 miles an hour in Marin Airport. In New Jersey, at Bergen County, it gusted to 56 miles an hour. At Teterboro Airport, 59 mile an hour wind gust at Newark. And it was mostly in the morning. The worst of the winds were in the morning, but some of them were still in the afternoon. This 56 mile an hour gust was reported at 9:43 in the morning. Looking at Nassau County, Bayville had a wind gust of 58 miles an hour, and that was 2:16 in the afternoon. Some pretty strong winds. Midtown Manhattan also had gusts of 58 around 1:30 p.m. And LaGuardia gusted to 59 miles an hour at around 10:07 a.m. JFK 55 around 1:26 p.m. So really some incredible winds out there, and this doesn't cover a lot of New Jersey. This covers part of New Jersey, but looking at Suffolk County, Stony Brook on top of the hospital, which is 159 feet, gusted to 66 miles an hour. Shirley Airport gusted to 58. That was at 1:12 p.m. Eaton's Neck gusted to 57 at 1:29. West Hampton gusted to 55 at 12:24. Islip Airport gusted to 51 at 3:17 p.m. So a lot of very strong winds. White Plains Airport in Westchester County gusted to 60 miles an hour at 1:12 p.m. And then some maritime stations. Stonington Outer Breakwater 57 miles an hour wind gust. Robbins Reef in New Jersey gusted to 62 at 8:54 this morning. Fire Island Coast Guard gusted to 53 miles an hour at 3:29 p.m. So you can see the kind of winds that we were dealing with today. Very significant winds that we were dealing with today. I almost thought we needed a high wind warning instead of a wind advisory for the winds today. And we still have breezy conditions out there. Wind gusts still gusting to 24 at Islip, still gusting to 15 miles an hour. That's not too bad, but it's definitely come down from what it was earlier. Temperatures have dropped into the mid-40s and still around 50 in New Jersey. It was actually quite mild today despite the wind, which is interesting when you look at what's going on. And the reason for this wind, again, we're going to go to the CONUS view here. Should be able to, yep, there it is. The reason for this wind, this pressure gradient here, and we'll kind of draw it out here. We've got this very deep low over Nova Scotia, and then we got this high pressure over the southeast. So we've got this gradient here that's existing. So we got this low over here, and then we got the high over here, and that is creating a squeeze play. But what's really very interesting is The fact that this air is not all that cold, and the reason why this is really just Pacific air that's getting in. So this air mass just came in like this and just went down like this. So this isn't really even air from Canada. It's just Pacific air, and that's why even though we had these windy conditions and the wind was from the northwest, it wasn't all that cold today. Let's take a see what the day was like at Islip, and Islip. Let's see what the conditions were, and just to give you an idea of what the conditions were at Islip throughout much of the day, you could see these strong wind gusts, and they had clouds. The clouds lingered around till the early afternoon for much of Long Island, and then they sort of dissipated. But the winds kind of stuck around. You could see a wind gust of 44 at 3 o'clock. Wind gust of 43 at 12:35. Some really strong winds. Really just vicious winds that we had today. And I think the winds were actually worse in New Jersey. Let's look at Belmar Farmingdale. Let's see what they had today. Because I think they might have had it a little worse than we did. So looking at the day-to-day, you can see west-northwest winds. And they were sustained at a very high rate over here. We go 29 gusting to 43. Despite being clear, here we go, 47-mile-an-hour wind gust. 43 was the air temperature. 39 gusting to 47. That's a lot of wind to be walking around in. Although they had a sunny day, and I was actually thinking of going down to Jersey. The wind was just too much with these winds. I just wasn't going to walk around in these kind of winds. There's no way. 40-mile-an-hour wind gust here at 420. So the wind still, you can see west-northwest. And they got it into the mid-50s. You can see 54 there at Belmar Farmingdale. So just an incredible amount of wind going on. I think what we can do, let's see if this will work here. I'm going to put wind gust on here and see if this will show some of the wind gusts that we got today. It's not showing all of them. It's only showing in the past hour, I guess. It's not really showing the whole. Maybe if I do historical. Yeah. It's not really showing it, unfortunately, but you can. There was a lot of wind. Let's see. Oh, we have Miller Air Park. Let's see what Miller Air Park gusted to. Only 46 they're reporting. Well, they only. I mean, you can see the winds though throughout the day were just incredible. And this is Miller Air Park. Got gusts in the 40s, 46 mile an hour, and the winds were very sustained too, 24 miles an hour. So they're sustained at a high number and gusting frequently into the 40s here. I mean. 46-mile-an-hour wind gusts, so frequently gusting into the 40s throughout the day in New Jersey into the afternoon. And that tight pressure gradient, along with the strong sun, bringing those winds down to the surface, really just created a lot of wind today. So let's look at our highs. Kind of spoke a lot about the wind, but we had to. Highs, low 50s across Long Island. Out on the Forks, a little cooler, upper 40s, and then Jersey, mid-50s, so that's definitely above normal for this time of the year. Despite the wind, we were still above normal. The lows were generally in the mid-30s. No radiational cooling with that wind, the wind that we got going on right now, that's for sure. So let's look at our climate statistics for our area today. I'm sure we were above normal temperatures. Let's see. So Islip reached 50 degrees. The normal high is 46. That puts us 4 degrees above normal. The low of 34. 3 degrees above normal, so our average of 42 is 4 degrees above normal. Central Park got up to 52. That's 4 degrees above normal for the day. 4 degrees above normal for the high, and 3 degrees above normal for the day. Newark got up to 55. That's 6 degrees above normal for the high, and 5 degrees above normal for the day. So yeah, we're warmer than normal today. It turned out to be a lot warmer than I thought, which sets the stage for some really warm conditions this week. You can see the high, but again, the air mass we're getting, again, I'll draw it out for you. The air mass we're getting is really just Pacific air. So all you're getting is just Pacific air going around the high. You're not getting into any of that Canadian air at all. So that's why it's so warm out. So looking at the week ahead, high pressure kind of starts building off the southeast coast, which is going to bring in the warmth for us much of this week, and we'll be dry until we get toward Friday, and that's when we'll have to watch for some rain chances entering the forecast. Let's look at the HRRR model and go look at the And you can see, again, those tight isobars here. But the good news is they loosen up a little tomorrow. We're still going to be breezy, actually. And then by Wednesday, I think we'll see a real respite from the wind. Dew points and wind flow. We got the northwest winds, obviously, dry air. And that stays. You can see the winds go a little more westerly tomorrow. And the dew points come up a little bit, and that indicates some warmer air moving into the picture. And then as we get toward Wednesday, we start seeing a southerly flow develop, which will mean even warmer conditions inland, but areas on Long Island should get a sea breeze out of that. Temperatures for tonight, probably not getting below freezing, probably mid-30s. I think upper 30s, mid to upper 30s, upper 30s. I don't think we're going to see any radiational cooling. And then tomorrow, we warm up. Jersey, you're going to be well into the 60s. Long Island, Nassau, maybe you'll have highs around 60. Suffolk, we'll probably see mid to upper 50s. And then at night, we'll drop back to around 40. Again, I don't think we're going to see a lot of radiational cooling. And then Wednesday, we're really going to see a big difference. Jersey could be pushing 65 to 70. Nassau County could be around 60, but Suffolk County will be a lot cooler in the 50s. So Suffolk County, obviously, the place to be, Suffolk County or the South Shore, if you don't want to be around this heat, because it's going to be pretty warm in Jersey. I think we have a chance of seeing 70s in Jersey, especially by Wednesday. If we want to go a little further along here, let's go to the GFS. And again, show you the dew points and wind flow. So you can see, again, Thursday we'll have, again, starting off with a westerly wind, but then it becomes southwesterly. So it should be a sea breeze again on Thursday. But again, further, a place like Mineola is probably going to still be pretty warm. And then as we get toward Friday, we see, again, we're still staying with that southwesterly flow there. All right, so depending on how much of a westerly component there is, notice the GFS wants to show more of a westerly component, which would bring in warmer air for Friday. You see, it definitely gets more moist, and that's why we're going to see some rain chances. So we'll get to it later Friday. Temperatures. All right, so let's go into Wednesday on the temperatures, and you can see it has a larger port of long. So the HRRR seems to think there'll be more of a sea breeze on Wednesday. GFS says no. So it all depends on how much of a sea breeze there is. There isn't as much. We're going to probably be well into the 60s on Wednesday, too, across much of Long Island. And then Thursday, we could be close to 70, according to the GFS, again, which has like a strip of really warm conditions, especially over the middle of the island. It's going to be very warm. And then you see Jersey, so we'd probably be suffering along with Jersey if that west-southwesterly flow means they'd only be relief right on the South Shore and further out east. And then as we get toward Friday, still very warm, showing temperatures well into the 70s again. So really warm. We have a really warm stretch coming up. Could be record-breaking. Now to the skies. All right, so we're going to be definitely seeing more in the way of some cirrus around tomorrow, and high mid-level clouds for Wednesday and Thursday around as well. Won't be the nice blue sky we had this afternoon, and then more clouds for Friday with the rain chances that'll come into the picture eventually. That's the GFS, obviously low resolution. So let's look at the RGEM, which is our higher resolution cloud model. So RGEM showing some mid-level clouds and maybe some high clouds, though it tends to thin them out toward later in the afternoon. So toward 2 o'clock, maybe we're mostly sunny again. For Wednesday, we'll see some of that again. Some of those high clouds could be some jet junk around. And then for Thursday, same deal though. Again, it's showing a little less, but all the models have, again, that's the RGEM. We can look at the NAM 3 at 18Z as well. Here's the NAM 3, not showing too much in the weights. Again, there could be some jet junk around. Wednesday, looking like we'll see more clouds, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some jet junk around, because it will be moist aloft. So if we take a sounding here, I'll just show you this. We can do soundings here on the NAM. You can see how close together these lines are. So there's a lot of moist conditions in the upper atmosphere, cirrus. So again, that favors the jet junk when you see something like that. So we're probably going to be dealing with that for the next couple of days. So even though it's still windy out there, still hear the wind in here, but that's why I had to go out there despite the wind and enjoy some of the blue sky and some pines. Though I wish I could have walked some more, but I'm not Superman. You try walking around 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts. It's hard to stand up. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. Have a good night.